Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be making a very Michelin star chef kind of dish for you. It has a few elements to it, so let's talk about that first and then we'll get cracking. So I'm going to be making some seared scallops. We're going to sear them on very high heat. These are extremely wonderful jumbo scallops that I managed to source after a long time. So I'm going to be using those today, and that's going to go in a nice beetroot balsamic glaze along with some essential spices. And I'm then going to dress it off with some mustard, microgreens. You can use watercress or any of the microgreens. Some mini bell peppers, again which I sourced, and some homemade jackfruit chips. Jackfruit these days is sort of a key ingredient used in many different cuisines, so I'm going to use that tonight as one of the elements. I'm also going to use some roasted garlic, but I'm going to do something else with that to chef it up a bit. So for my first step, I'm going to make my beetroot glaze because we want to sear the scallops towards the end. So to sear that, what I have here is some boiled beetroot. I've already pre-boiled it and cut it into coarse segments. I'm going to drop that into some more water, boiling water as you can see. Let that release its colors, and it's already red. Look how beautiful that is. So while that's boiling, I'm going to add some spices, and today I'm using some star anise. So I'll throw one or two of those. Some fennel. Toss the fennel in there. And just a couple of cloves. Okay, so let that cook off. That's going to boil for a bit, and while it's boiling, let me go ahead and add some salt and pepper to season it. So just a bit of salt. And while doing this, so guys, if you like our food, we have cocktails, we have food, exotic food, Indian food, some soul food, all different kinds of food on our channel. So if you do like what you see, please do subscribe, like and share, and we would highly appreciate that. So got some pepper in there now and salt, and we're going to bring that to a boil. I mean, how can you have a good beetroot glaze without garlic? So let's toss that in there while it's still boiling, and now we're going to puree. So you can see now we have a beautiful, nice, rich, deep red color. This is beetroot, and the aroma, oh, I can smell the fennel, the anise, all of that, so it's beautiful right now. So to this I'm going to add just a little bit of balsamic. This is balsamic vinaigrette. If you don't have it, just regular vinegar is fine. So add just a little bit of that, not too much. We don't want it too tart. I'm also going to add some brown sugar to, or white sugar, whatever you prefer, to cut through the sourness of the vinegar. And last but not the least, I'm also going to add a dash of red wine for some body. So when we add this, we're going to bring this to a boil, and once all this boils well together, it's going to make our beautiful shiny glaze. And we also need to not only boil it, and then we cool it down, and then we're going to filter it out so we get a nice smooth silky consistency. So let this go. This is going to take a few minutes, and when we come back and we have our glaze, we're also going to sear off our scallops. So you can see I have a nice already kind of glazy mixture here, except it has some chunkiness, so I wanted a smooth mixture, so I'm going to use a fine sieve like this one over here, and just sieve that through. Take a few minutes, so I'll show you what it looks like. Now you can see I have a nice clear beautiful liquid that's in there. So I want to stir that to make sure I get all of the contents out. We'll continue doing this and get all of it in there, and then we'll start searing off our scallops. So we have a beautiful, clear, flavorful beetroot broth here. I'm just going to make sure I thicken that some more. Turn the heat down a bit. My pan's quite hot. So because it's so thin, we want to make sure it's thick enough so it looks like a nice glaze. So let that cook off. In the meantime, I have my roasted garlic over here, and I have my pan that's heating up. I have a mixture of butter and oil in here, and I'm going to sear my scallops in there, but I need that to get a little bit hotter. So what I'm going to do is take some of my squid ink. So this is squid ink over here. You don't need too much of it. It's a very strong, powerful color. So just about that much right there should do it. So we're going to take that and start mixing this. So when you mix it, you're going to get a nice dark color to this. It's usually better done by hand, so I'll come back and finish it up by hand. and my oil is really hot, so I want to make sure I start searing my scallops. So for those scallops, these are nice and dry. So here's a tip, make sure you pat them very dry, and if they have any moisture in them, they're not going to sear. So I have them nice and dry, and take the thicker side down and put them in your pan. That's quite hot, so I'll move them off heat for just a second. Oh, there, you can see how that's sizzling. So we're going to throw a few at a time. Don't overcrowd your pan, you don't want these to burn. And you don't want them to not have enough space to cook off. So we're going to put maybe about 6 to 8. I'll see how many I can get in there. I've got 4 in there right now. Maybe I can get a few more. Get one more in there. And when you put them in, push down on them. Now, please don't put salt or pepper or any seasoning in there, because that's going to give us the water. So we'll sear them off just by themselves, and then we'll season. Okay, maybe one more, and possibly one last one in this batch. I think that should do it. So let's go sear off nicely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sear this for 2 minutes on one side, another minute on the other side, and in the meantime, this is also going to thicken. So all that is happening, and we will be right back. So we've moved location to our assembly. You can see a beautiful, thick, glossy beetroot glaze that's full of flavor. And I have my scallops that are nicely, look at the sear on those scallops, that's exactly what you want. So please remember guys, 2 minutes on one side and 1 minute on the other. That's all it takes. So now we season. So we just put some salt. That should be good. And some black pepper. And I'm still trying to decide how I want to plate this, but I think I'm going to do like a crescent plating today. Let's see how that works out. Okay, that's good. I've got enough salt and pepper. So let's start with our scallops for the plating. So we're going to place some scallops gently. We don't want to disturb that sauce. So there we go. One. Get a few on there. Put the second one. And we pick a nice one here. Here we go. And number 3. And maybe one more. 4. I'm happy with that. So to dress this off, I want to add some black garlic, which I made earlier with a squid ink on top. Just a few of those on each, like so. And while I'm doing this, guys, you will notice what I'm wearing. I have white and then red and blue as well. That's for 2 reasons. One, it's our anniversary grade, that's why I'm making this Michelin star meal. But it's also the 4th of July. So happy Independence Day to everyone in the US and my friends back there. Hope you had a wonderful 4th of July. Of course, by the time you see this video, it's going to be much after the 4th of July. But anyway, just wanted to wish you guys. Okay, that's good. Now, let's get some microgreens. These are mustard microgreens, but like I said, you could use any microgreens that you like. Just a few on each, like so. And we want some of that to drop into the beetroot as well. Perfect. I'll finish this off. Alright, and then I also have some jackfruit chips that I'm just gonna set in my sauce randomly. Just throw them in there. I think that's good. And I'm gonna put my little mini peppers in there as well. So for that, I need to be gentle, so I'm using some tweezers just to make sure I don't mess this up. So just drop them in there. Grab another one. Perfect. You know what? I'm just going to use my hands. So let's put some in there. One more. Maybe another one there. Beautiful. So, here's hoping my wife likes this for our anniversary and it tastes as good as it looks, guys. Okay, I'm happy with that. So that's it. Get a picture of that plate. Beautiful plate. It's also very tasty. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time, maybe for another Michelin star dish or just something that's pure soul food, whatever you guys like. Leave a comment, let me know what you want me to cook. See you next time.